Hello everybody, how is everybody doing? It's a hot day here in Kentucky, 88 degrees. But I'm thankful that we have sunshine and the warmth from the sun, because without the warmth, we'll be totally cold and we won't be able to survive. So even though the temperature is high, it's important that we have this warm temperature. I hope everybody's enjoying the summer. Today's topic is about illnesses. In Hinokishin, there's a teaching. There's nothing as trying as illness. So I too will go in Hinokishin. I think what it means is that we should move our bodies, appreciate our bodies, so that we don't get sick. There is nothing trying as illness. Nothing as difficult as illness. So I too will go in Hinokishin. So if we do a Hinokishin, daily act of gratitude every day, and be thankful for the movement we have of our bodies, then we can prevent ourselves from getting illnesses. But what if we're going through an illness now? It's very difficult. I've had a mother who had a stroke, and we siblings took care of her, taking turns in a nursing home. But as I look back on those times, I think how trying or how difficult it was for my mother to be bedridden. But I'm glad that I was able to do something to help her, like brush her teeth, change her diapers, and things like that. So what if we have illnesses right now? Of course, we would tend to think about it and dwell on the thought that we're sick. I don't feel well. I wonder if I'm ever going to get well. I have such a high fever, and I'm afraid that it's going to get worse, and I feel like I'm going to die or something. Then it's hard to be thankful. But it boils down to just stop and think. Even though I feel sick and not feeling well, and I do have some illness, I can be thankful that I'm still alive and lean on God. Lean on God and Oya-sama. Please help me to pull through this, and please help me to feel better. So leaning on God gives me strength. And I remember somebody, she had a stage 3 or 4 cancer, and she was very sick, but she said that every day she said thank you to God, over and over again every day. And after a while, she recovered. If what she said was true, then it's a true story. And like I mentioned before in one of my previous videos, I was diagnosed with diabetes. I was alarmed for a little while, but afterwards I thought, oh, God is putting his hand on me. I felt loved, and I felt thankful. I kept on saying thank you to God repeatedly in my heart, and that's the truth. So it's not too hard or impossible to change an illness into joy or being thankful. I did the special prayer service for both the boy and the girl. The boy who has malaria and typhoid, and the girl who has a hole in her heart that she needs a surgery. And there are others praying for her too. My minister, I asked her to pray at her church, and so she's continuing to pray. So prayers do reach God the Parent and Oya-sama. According to our sincerity, the illness may be cured. And by doing the service, special service, and the sacred dance, sitting down service, by doing all the services, we can pray for healing, and God can work miracles. For example, I remember listening to a cassette tape long time ago when they used to have cassette tapes. And this man, he was talking about himself, and he was born with eyesight, but due to some illness or something, he went blind. So he lived a blind life for a long time. But when he was past middle age, he danced the 12 chapters. He was dancing the 12 chapters, the sacred dance. And during the 12th chapter, he was able to see. He opened his eyes and he was able to see. So that's a miracle. So miracles do happen in this world. Another miracle that I remember is listening to another cassette tape, and the talk was given by Reverend Keiichi Tsutsui. He's very famous in Tenrikyo, among the Tenrikyo members. He's famous for his speeches. He's very funny, and so he's very popular. So he put out many cassette tapes, and I was listening to one of his tapes, and and he said that he went to do, because he was saved from 6 different illnesses. He said, I have this, and this disease. And he says to everybody, if you can tell me what I just said, the 6 illnesses I had, he would give them a new car. So he used to make jokes like that. And anyway, so because he was saved, he went out and went door to door and did the Sazuke, the prayer, spiritual prayer for healing on this deaf woman. She was rather old, and so he came upon her, and he prayed for her so she would be able to hear. And he went the next day, and he went the next day. And on the 3rd day, he called in, even though she can't hear, he called in, hello, I'm from Tenrikyo. and called into the house. Then she goes, "Hello," and there was an answer on the other side. The miraculous thing is that she was able to hear on the third day of his visits to pray for healing. So that's a miracle that worked. So even though the boy in Uganda and the girl in Uganda, they are going through difficult times and difficult illnesses, we are hoping that God can work a miracle and somehow cure them. There was a Christian guy who I befriended on Facebook, and he ended up in the hospital with malaria and typhoid. So he had a very high fever and was not able to eat. If he ate, then he would throw up and diarrhea and so on. And so I did a special service for him. And I don't know if God, the parent or someone heard and answered my prayer, but he got better and better and was released from the hospital. So he came to believe in Oyasama. He said that Oyasama saved his life because I had been talking to him about Oyasama. And we know that Jesus saves too, but Oyasama is a mother of all human beings and is eager to save everybody in this world because we are her dear children. So Oyasama must have answered the prayer and made him well again. So now he is a believer in Tendikyo, in God the Parent and Oyasama. And when I asked him to do a special prayer in this way, then he said, "I'll do it." And so I got his cooperation now. And I'm trying to teach him about the Tendikyo, wonderful teachings of Tendikyo. And so both he and I are trying to, quote unquote, save people. Even though I'm so far away, God can see, God can hear, and is working for us. So I have hopes that they will get better, putting my faith in God and Oyasama. So the important thing about staying healthy is to move our bodies, be thankful, and do daily acts of gratitude for God lending us these bodies and being thankful for these bodies that we borrow. So we should put into action each day and do something with our bodies, move around, so that we can stay healthy. Because we don't want to get sick, because we're almost helpless when we're sick. So hopefully we will all stay healthy. I hope that God and Oyasama bless you all with good health and cheerfulness and spiritedness to help others. Thank you so much for listening, and hope you have a wonderful day. See you next time.